Hello, amigos, and welcome to another episode of Inside the Ropes with Coach Mario. Coach Mario, owner and head coach of Warriors Pride Boxing Academy here in Miami, Florida. How are you guys doing? Hope everybody's okay. Enjoy the weekend. Started a new week. A lot of work, a lot of things to do this week for myself. I hope you guys have an excellent week, a very prosperous one. But let's get into the subject of today's episode, and we're going to go into it right away. I don't want to make this a long one. I want to make this a very, very short one. Mostly, what I want to do is I want to get your comments. I want to know exactly what you guys think. Who should Subriel Matias fight next? All right. Which are the three fights that Matchroom Boxing is negotiating for Subriel Matias' team? All right. And this morning, I heard Jay Panda on an interview with this YouTube creator. I can't remember his name right now, but he mentioned. The host of the program was basically asking really tough questions for Jay Panda, answering some of these theories and allegations from Teofimo and Bill Haney and some of the offers that supposedly have been made to Subriel Matias, and Jay Pano was answering to the best of his ability, because some of them he was not present, all right, for some of these so-called interactions between teams. Remember, Jay Panda is only a trainer. I'm not saying only a trainer, because he is not part of the negotiations for Subriel Matias. That's Juan Orengo, who is the promoter, and I am aware he has also a manager. Can't remember his name, but those are the guys that are in charge of negotiating fights for Subriel Matias. Okay, so which are the fights, the three next fights that Subriel Matias has been and Subriel Matias' team has been in negotiation with Matchroom Boxing, and we're gonna try to speculate here. And I would like to know what you guys think. Who's next? All right, who are the next three fighters? Do any of the top fighters in that division, are any of those top fighters in that division going to face Matias as part of this three-fight deal? So let's start with one that we already know, that is a fight that has been talked about, and I believe Mr. Juan Orengo says 90% already in the works. The opposing fighter against Subriel Matias has already accepted some of the terms and the offers. I think they just need to iron out some details. But Liam Paro, whatever you want to pronounce it, from Australia, an undefeated fighter, is next. I believe they're talking about June this year. All right, so that'll give ample time for Subriel Matias to work on his hand, have therapy in his hand, be at 100% after that injury he suffered against on his hand against Ergashev. All right, that fight lasted 5 rounds, but his hand was hurt prior to that fight. I believe they were talking about how Subriel's hand was really hurt on training, and therefore, they didn't want to stop the negotiations or the possibility of fighting Ergashev, the mandatory, and delay it. So they went ahead with a injured hand to that fight, and we all know the result. Ergashev quit on his stool after talking so much crap. All right. So Liam Paro, all right, that's next in June. Well, I'd like to know what you guys think. Which of these fighters? I'm going to start mentioning all of them right now, and I want you to tell me which one do you think is going to be the next two fighters, all right? And we're going to start with Gary Antoine Russell. Do you guys think that Gary Antoine Russell, who is one hell of a fighter, who is a very tough fighter, high IQ, it's got power, is that a possibility for one of the next two fights for Subriel Matias? All right. We have Teofimo Lopez, who just came from a very controversial win decision against Jermaine Ortiz. Do you think that Teofimo Lopez will have the cojones to face Subriel Matias? And I'm gonna be honest with you, I think there's a better chance of Gary Antoine Russell fighting Subriel Matias the next 3 or 4 fights, or maybe 2 or 3 fights, than Teofimo Lopez. Teofimo Lopez wants no part, zero part of Subriel Matias. And according to Jay Panda today, I was listening to that interview. He said that they had, right after the offer that came from that fake, bogus, cloud chasing offer came from Teofimo Lopez camp to fight Matias on February, Mr. Juan Orengo made a counter offer. He said, you know what, we're going to double whatever you guys are offering us, whatever you guys want. We're going to pay twice as much, but you got to fight in May or June or later on down the line this year. And crickets from Teofimo Lopez. So Teofimo Lopez, for me, does what? Wants no part of Subriel Matias. Okay? Devin Haney. And we're talking about Matchroom Boxing. I believe Devin Haney is a free agent. He can decide who he wants to fight against. He has an upcoming match in April against Ryan Garcia. And we all know, or I believe that most of the knowledgeable boxing fans in this group and fans all over the world agree with me in the fact, or in the statement, or in the opinion that Devin Haney will have no issues with a one-punch style fighter like Ryan Garcia. All right. So will Devin Haney be one of those fighters that are in that 3-fight deal with Matchroom Boxing? All right. And then we got Arnold Barboza. Arnold Barboza has shown interest in fighting Subriel Matias in the past. He's called him out. I believe he was one of the first people to call out Subriel Matias. He's a really good fighter. I think Arnold Barboza would be a good option for Subriel Matias. Subriel Matias' next fight apparently is going to be held in Puerto Rico, Coliseo Puerto Rico. There's a lot of people going to be watching him. And if he fights there, hopefully, if God permits and my health is okay, I will be there present for that fight. And then we got the winner between Pitbull versus Rolly Romero. I don't think any of those guys want any part of Subriel Matias, so I'm gonna skip that one. I think it's gonna be really hard for Subriel Matias to unify that title unless one of these guys steps up and fights him. All right. So Liam Paro is in June. Richard Hitchens has a fight against Lemos coming up. That is a mandatory IBF elimination bout. So whoever wins this fight should have a shot at Subriel Matias after Matias defends his title against Liam Paro. We all think that Subriel Matias is going to be victorious on that fight against Liam Paro. But Richard Hitchens has mentioned many times before that he wants a shot at WBO instead of WBO title. He doesn't want to fight under the rules governing the IBF, and that is weird because Richardson Hitchens is ranked in the IBF, and there's a mandatory, it's an elimination fight to challenge Subriel Matias for the title. So that one's up in the air. I don't know the chances that Lemos, who's a very tough Argentinian fighter, has to beat Richardson Hitchens, but that is always a possibility. Argentinian fighters are very tough, and anything could happen in boxing. So, guys, let me know what you guys think. Who do you think is more dangerous right now for Subriel Matias? Who do you think are the next 3 fighters that Subriel Matias has in store, or that Matchroom Boxing has initially agreed with Fresh Productions and Subriel Matias' team to fight this year? And there's 3 fights. I believe they should be done. I don't know if they're going to be all done this year because Subriel Matias is fighting in June. So I don't know if he's going to fight 3 times this year, but at least twice this year, I see Subriel Matias defending his title. All right. One against Liam Paro. He wins that one. Then we go against winner of Lemos versus Richardson Hitchens. 2, Gary Antoine Russell. 3, Teofimo Lopez. I don't think so. Devin Haney, very possible. Arnold Barboza, very possible. Winner versus Pitbull versus Rolly Romero, very doubtful. Let me know what you guys think as far as myself, my opinion, what I think. And remember, guys, these episodes are all my perspective as a coach, my perspective as a boxing fan. Doesn't mean I'm right. It's just my perspective. So some of you guys might think that I'm telling you that what I'm saying is the ultimate truth. No, no, sir. It's my opinion. This is my boxing channel. I'm just stating my opinions here as a boxing coach, as a boxing fan, as somebody who's been in the sport, loved the sport since a very early age, who has my family has actually instilled that type of love for the sports since an early age, and it's all my perspective, guys. My perspective. All right. Do you know what perspective is? I know a lot of you guys know, but some of the other guys say, well, if you're such an expert, what do you think? And I'm not going to start debating the trolls in this channel. So, but I will talk to you guys about intelligent discourses or people that are actually do not have my same perspective. I might be wrong. There's a lot of chances I might be wrong. And I like to discuss with those guys. I believe my opinion in this channel might not be the same as theirs. And again, nothing is written in stone in boxing, guys. All right. So again, Lemos versus Richard Hitchens, Gary Antoine Russell, Teofimo Lopez, Devin Haney, Arnold Barboza, winner of Pitbull versus Roy Romero. And we all know Liam Paro is set for June, or that's a 90% possibility set for June this year. So who are the next two fighters that Subriel Matias will face? For me, I'll tell you what I think. For me, I believe Arnold Barboza and Devin Haney as a third fight. Well, guys, this is all for now. This is Coach Mario, owner and head coach of Warriors Pride Boxing Academy, saying hasta la vista. Have an excellent week. God bless you all, and peace.